You're back. Thank you for being here. So, today's lesson is plans change. The best laid plans. My daughter is a planner. She plans everything. She just has to have a plan. She wants to know what the plans are. What are the plans? Whether we're planning Christmas or birthdays or whatever, what's the plan? What is the plan? Well, then she married into a family that they don't plan. So my planner married a non-planner, and now she's had to learn how to wing it. She's learned that there's not always going to be a plan, and that's not a bad thing. It's taught her that you may have a plan, but plans may change, and that's okay. Or you learn how to wing it and you go on. And the thing is, she doesn't even care what the plans are. She just wants a plan. she don't care what they are. Just tell me something. That's what she wants. She wants a plan. I learned when I had kids that plans always change. Always. I would have my day lined up. I have errands to run. I have all these things that I want to get done, and so we'll load up the car and we'll go, and you're carrying one and you're dragging the other and you're trying to get these things done. And by the time I've done one or two things, well, now I'm pouring sweat. I'm hanging on to this one. I'm hanging on to that one. And that's mom, 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 mom. And by the time you've done the one or two things, you've had it. And you know what? We're just going home. We're just going to go home. Because right now I'm a hot mess. I'm sweating and I can't get nothing done. So, plans change. My husband had plans the other day that he was going to, I don't remember what he was going to go do, but he goes out to his truck. He's got a flat tire. Not only is there a flat tire, there's 5 inches of snow on the ground over a layer of ice that has come. So, plans changed. He wasn't going anywhere. My son and his wife, they like to travel, and they will spend months planning and saving and planning. Oh, we're going to go do this, we're going to do that, and they have their itineraries and they're excited. And this last trip that they planned, they were going to go to a whole other coast and go to a beach, and their plane lands and an unexpected snowstorm has hit. All roads are closed. They have to get a hotel. They can't go to where they were originally going to go yet. So their plans changed. In James 4:13 through 15, it says, "Go to now, ye say, that today or tomorrow we will go into such a city and continue there a year and buy and sell and get gain. Whereas you know not what shall be on the morrow, for what is your life? It is even a vapor that appeareth for a little time and then vanisheth away. For that ye ought to say, if the Lord will, we shall live and do this or that." And then in Ecclesiastes 3:1-8, it says, "To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. A time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. A time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up. A time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance. A time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to get and a time to lose. A time to keep and a time to cast away. A time to rent and a time to sow. A time to keep silence and a time to speak. A time to love and a time to hate. A time of war and a time of peace." So we don't really like it when times change or our plans change. We get all bent out of shape. We get aggravated. We get frustrated, and we just we can't stand it. We can't stand when the plans change. We can't stand when our plans are wrecked. It's good to have plans, and we need plans, but when God wrecks our plans, we need to take a minute to stop and think about, what is he trying to teach me here? What is he trying to show me? And, he tells us he knows the plans he has for us. He's the master planner, and his plans are always going to be better. His plans are intended to grow us, to develop us, and he's wanting to do things in and through us. Instead of us getting frustrated or aggravated about the changes, we need to stop and just take a minute, reflect on what it is that God is doing. There may be something better for us than going and doing this. He may want us to go here and do that. And so instead of us getting all frustrated and aggravated, we need to just see what he's trying to teach us. When Justin and his wife landed and there's the unexpected snowstorm, they could have let that just ruin their trip. But they ended up having an even better time than they probably would have had to begin with, because their plans changed and things were different. And it wasn't what they had in mind, but what God had in mind was different. And it was probably better than what they had planned to begin with. So, who knew? God knew. He knows the plans that he has for us. And we just need to enjoy the ride. Buckle up. Buckle up, because it's going to be a ride. We may not always like what's the unexpected or the interruption, but we can learn from it, and we can grow from it, and we can depend on him to take us through it and show us what it is he's wanting to show us. We've talked about, and my dad has talked about in church, glimpses of God, and just looking for God everywhere you go, in everything that you do. So when God interrupts those plans, look for him in it. See what it is he's doing. It's probably going to be a whole lot better than the plans that you made. So I hope that you have a great rest of the week, and don't worry about those plans that you have for the weekend. Don't worry about the plans that you made. It's okay to make those plans, but plans change. Expect the unexpected. So, and God is gonna bless you for it. So I hope you have a great rest of the day, and I will see you next time. Thanks, guys.